Thank you. So I just wanted to say thank you. You know, talking more often, or not. What else causes birth defects? The experiment is over. If you kill her, no one will see your work. And he's obviously using it as a cover to screen for something, and that's why I'm calling you. I'm hoping that you can help me figure out what he's screening for.
It's just all in my head. But you won't see me break. Call you up in 3 days. I'll send you a bouquet, saying it's a mistake. Drink my troubles away. One more glass.
Garcia, is the resin biodegradable?
You know,
Assumed he's a doctor. But what if he isn't, but never went to medical school?
What's
the note say? No, I haven't had one of those for months, ever since the son's supposed to have a background in science. He amputated Carl's leg, sewed it up, and then reopened the suture. Put his handiwork in this time. Medically impossible. You can't graft a leg onto someone else's stump. Doctor that can't admit he's wrong. I think it's time to get the profile. Unsub is a medical professional. He might have access to it, and by extension, the victim. Love, I don't own shorts. Wait, what?
Send you a bouquet, saying it's a mistake. Drink my troubles away. One more glass of champagne.
Well, you wouldn't tell the cops about the man that attacked you with the hammer. You want to try something interesting? This is going to sound crazy, but I think you'd be surprised to see how much you can remember if you try. Do you remember what you were doing that day before the attack? The older one is attempting to teach the younger one to become a better killer. This dynamic is rare. It's a residential area, not frequented by prostitutes. Yeah, it's a huge shift in MO. You think he's evolving? Well, it can't be a copycat. Guys, what if we're dealing with a team? Not really. Library, chemistry lab. More like an herbalist or a shaman versus a traditional MD. Likely in Detroit. Both the couples he kidnapped are from Grosse Pointe, which is one of the most affluent communities in all of America, and it's only 8 miles from downtown. Israel Keys kidnapped a husband and wife at gunpoint, got them in a car.
And now it's crossed out in red, but I still can't.
He grabbed his first victims from here. Tara Rios was found passed out. I'm actually more intrigued by what lies between these 4 points. Dog owners tend to be very regimented. They follow a strict schedule. It's found on the other side of town in Miami's Skid Row. Maybe young. Typically you see violence to animals and children and teens. Yeah! Oh, wow! That's not here.
Equals MC squared.
3 days, I'll send you a bouquet, saying it's a mistake. Drink my troubles away. One more glass of champagne.
Unsub might be using the placenta as food, but nothing in the profile suggested cannibalism. I mean, unless the sawdust they found in Terry Rogers' nose. To add a substrate high in carbon to balance the nitrogen, and one of the most efficient substrates on Earth is pure sawdust. To be the child's dead twin. The actual abduction date varies from case to case, but the Unsub goes to great lengths to make sure the bodies are found on that exact day. May 13th is 2 weeks away, and he's ahead of schedule. He's never abducted his victims more than 4 days before the anniversary date. MDMA costs more to make than methamphetamine, so it's common practice to mix the two in creating ecstasy in order to maximize profit margins. You know, Kimberly Sullivan said she and her brother were drinking wine the night he died. Dude, I can eat things. Unsub wants to increase his body count. He doesn't care who he hurts. It could be the smallest thing. Concentrate on New York. If the date's that important, the setting could be too. Maybe it's an infinity symbol. What was he replicating? It hasn't been part of any other case. This seems too easy. Zugzwang also means a dilemma in chess where the best move is not to move at all. Wait, don't get up! It's a pressure sensor. Wait, where's Rossi? When customers access their GPS for the first time, they go to a terms and conditions screen. They scroll to the bottom, search purposes only. It's because they don't take the time to read the fine print. But I do. Garcia, there's a name I need you to check out. She could be our unsub. The death of the child, the stressor, the recent anniversary, the trigger.
That I fell for you.
There's another exit.
It's crossed out in red, but I still can't forget if I wanted.
I don't know. I'd like to believe that, but
It drives me insane. Think I'm hearing your name everywhere I go.
this job has been my life.
Just all in my head.
And then, for a few months, I had a taste of what you have. There's always work, and there'll always be work. What's rare is finding someone who makes us happy. You made up your mind, haven't you? I'm happy for you. Why would you want more doses, though? I mean, it appears as though the drug had its intended effect. How long does it normally take? So your friends bought more doses thinking the batch they'd taken was weak. How much more did they take, do you know? Do you think you'd be able to describe the person you bought the ecstasy from? I feel like the victims' families deserve more. Even though the first two victims are dead, we can certainly step up our game so we can give the victims' families some answers. Families on the internet and pick them because their dynamics mirror his own. As evidence in the killing of Scott Yamato, the unsub may have seen this death as a merciful act. Like classic autism, language ability is intact in people with Asperger's. They appear to lack empathy. He killed a mother, son, and family friend just so he could take the 13-year-old daughter. Snuck up Selma using the back alley. You could do it in an hour, 42 minutes, and still have time for tacos. They're the victims of drugs in their system. And call you twice a day for 2 weeks. Usually you call him. He was into improving himself. Let's do healthy relationships. This is all a facade. Jason's a psychopath. He was looking for quiet. All that he's searching for. Sunshine is an essential source of vitamin D. You should go to Florida and get some sunshine. He was never caught. His signature is the same, but his victimology couldn't be more different. How can he control that and only do it to the guard? You know, something this elaborate, it's likely they've known each other for years, actually.
I remember the day.
Still, there doesn't seem to be any method to how or why they were chosen.
And now it's crossed out in red.
What'd you find? What about the woman who was on the bus? In the Chowchilla case, the unsub used car trouble as a ruse to get the bus driver's attention, making them the perfect target. H-Quell, these are all forms of sterilization. If he's socioeconomically cleansing the streets, he could be treating the homeless population like an infection. You'll make it possible for him to travel up to 550 miles on a single tank.
But you want
Don't forget to subscribe, follow, like and comments for updates.